Here the first page is the login page where the user can log into their account and start voting. The login page requests the user to enter their account address, which is the address of their Ethereum account. Here I use MetaMask as my wallet provider, so I will copy the address of my account. And once the user enters their Aadhaar number and click send OTP, they'll receive the OTP on the mobile number that they have registered with the Aadhaar number. Once entering the OTP, here now when the login button is clicked, the Aadhaar number and the account number here are merged into a single string, and an RSA encryption with 1024 bits as the keys are applied on this, so that once they are stored in the blockchain, even if the blockchain is compromised, the hacker can't see what the data is. So I have actually logged the value of the encrypted data, so that you can see here the encrypted data, the account number and the Aadhaar number are merged into a single string, and the RSA encryption is applied, and the result is here. This is a large number of data that actually does not convey any meaning. So once the login is done, actually here the storing process is initiated, and so I get a MetaMask notification for storing the data that is given in the login. The data that is stored here is the account number and the respective encrypted data, that is the combination of the account number and the Aadhaar number. So once I click confirm, now this is the home page that is shown to every voter so they can vote. These two graphs shows the current status of the election happening right now. The donut chart here gives more detailed insight of the election by showing the party name and the votes secured by each party. I've used a Twitter API for this sentiment analysis of the tweets. This processing is done in Python and is sent to the React by building an API using Flask. As of now, I have shown the sentiment analysis of the tweet of Donald Trump, that includes Donald Trump, and this button here, once clicked, shows the previous election results constituency wise. So this map actually shows the previous election results likewise, constituency name, winning party, and the votes polled in each constituency once hovered on them. This map can also be upgraded to show the live election status as it's showing here in the current status. So now let us see what happens when I click the vote button. Now party 2 is at 4. The vote count of party 2 is at 4. Now let's click vote for party 2 and see what happens. I get the MetaMask notification right here, and once I confirm the transaction, see, the party 2's vote count is updated to 5, and the donut chart is also updated. I've also added another feature that is creating an exclusive account for the election commission. Once the election commission is logged into their account, they are shown a separate page likewise. So the election commission actually can add a candidate or publish results. So when I add a candidate like candidate 5 with the party name party 5, this is actually updated once the transaction is approved. Candidate 5 has been added to the list, and so yeah, it is added here. Once I log in into a normal user account, he or she will be able to view it. So once I log in into an user account, you can see that the candidate 5 has been added to the list of voting. So now the next function that the election commission can perform is publishing results here. So this publish result function actually calculates the highest number of votes and displays to all the users, and even the election commission cannot edit it. So this is what happens when I click publish results. I get the MetaMask notification for approving the transaction, and once I approve it, the results have been published and the page is refreshed. So the results have been declared, the winning candidate is shown, the winning party is shown, and the total votes secured has been shown. Even if I refresh it or change the account from one account to another, this can't be changed. Once the results have been declared, it is declared right here. Now, Azure plays a very important role as it provides me an Ethereum node to which my blockchain can be deployed. Microsoft Azure even allows to deploy the entire project on its platform by providing a web app service too. So, it is very much easy to build a blockchain decentralized application, and with the use of Microsoft Azure, it can be implemented too. So this is it. This is how I implemented my blockchain decentralized application using Microsoft Azure. Thank you.